Surgeon guns have been hit! Sir, we can't compete with their airships in terrain like this! Oxens might be powerful, but they're still tanks!
We don't have to, just focus on defense! The others will take care of destroying them!
Are they the Empire's new weapons? How can we compete with something so mobile? There's nothing to fear! They may be mobile, but they're a damn sight easier to handle than that purple devil of crossbells. What the? Huh? Hello! Incoming at 3 o'clock! What the hell?
Is that?
The Ashen Chevalier, the hero of the Imperial Army.
The area beyond here is Imperial territory. You have no business treading into Crossbell. That was a warning. Try to advance any farther, and I will show no mercy.
All units retreat! We're returning to the outskirts of Altair!
Wow! You're amazing! I knew you were the one who ended the Civil War, but seeing you up close, you're really something else!
Not at all. I'm still fairly inexperienced, if you ask me. Recover the wounded and any POWs and return to Tangram Gate. Just remain vigilant until the speech is over.
Yes, sir!
It's now March, 1205 of the Septian calendar. Over 2 months have passed since the Azure Tree vanished. So much happened during those months. President Croix was arrested, Crossbell's movement for independence was promptly declared invalid. And before anyone could process what was going on, Speaker McDowell became Mayor McDowell. The war in Erebonia came to an end sooner than anyone had anticipated, but it was quickly followed by the invasion of Crossbell. Gorelia Fortress, which once served as the only physical link between the two nations, was no more. But that proved to be little more than a temporary setback for the Imperial Army, who acted by flying hundreds of tanks over the state from a vast airship. In no time at all, Crossbell was occupied. The Calvard Republic, which had been wrapped up in its own share of chaotic internal disputes, finally reacted to Erebonia's bold invasion in turn. It began with sending its cutting-edge armored airborne divisions into Crossbell, hoping to force the Empire out of the region completely. But every attempt they made resulted in failure, as they were repelled effortlessly by one soldat after another. And today, at Orcus Tower, the new seat of Crossbell's government, the new rulers of Crossbell rose to deliver a rousing speech.
Friends and citizens, it brings me great pleasure to stand here among you once again. But even in the midst of such gladness, the specter of the harm Crossbell has visited upon the Empire lingers still. The destruction of Garrelia Fortress and the ensuing civil war it caused has taken a great toll in resources and in lives. The anger, sorrow, and dismay in the hearts of the Erebonian people is still fresh, still too near. But today is a joyous day, a day to put the troubles of the past behind us. Let us join hands and step boldly into the future, leaving our anger and grief behind. Challenges will rise before us, but together we shall meet them. Together, we can rise above the tumult of these troubled times. Men and women, old and young, rich and poor, those from every walk of life can share in these aspirations. Looking toward that goal, there is someone I'd like to introduce to you today. A brilliant young man who played a pivotal role in bringing Erebonia's civil war to its swift conclusion, and the individual most responsible for the historic accomplishment that sees me standing before you today. The first Governor General of Crossbell, Lord Rufus Alberea.
Greetings, friends. It truly lifts my spirits to be here among you. I'm honored to have been entrusted with the profound responsibility of acting as Crossbell's first Governor General. As I'm sure you're all aware, the division between the nobility and the common people is a long-standing part of Erebonian life. Personally, I stand in support of our class system, but I fully expect that one day it will fade away. After all, if each citizen of the Empire conducts themselves with the courage, dignity, and grace expected of a noble, then what difference would remain between myself and any of you? As I hope for that day, allow me to speak not only as your Governor General, but as an individual when I say, in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Eugent III, I hereby proclaim the annexation of Crossbell into the Erebonian Empire.
May the goddess above stand witness, and may she forever bless Erebonia and Crossbell with the light of prosperity.
We've got some real larger-than-life characters in charge of us now. Sure, the Imperial Chancellor's intimidating, but he's so charismatic that the people eat up his every word. They love the guy. I can see why he's the bee's knees over in Heimdall.
The new Governor General's something else too, albeit for different reasons. He's... how to put this? Difficult to hate. Like, he'd tell you to do something, and the next thing you know, you'd find yourself doing it just to see him crack a smile.
Well, Alberea is the name of one of the top noble houses in the Empire. Top 2, even. No surprise that the heir of such an affluent family would be popular. but it feels like there's more to him than that.
That's what gets me, though. Those two were on completely opposite sides during the war. So why are they both so buddy-buddy now? Very oddly sudden, in my opinion.
You're telling me. By the sounds of things, Erebonians can't make heads or tails of what's going on with it either. But you know how it is. There's so many rumors springing up thanks to the war, it's hard to tell truth from fiction.
Yeah, I've even heard about a 1,000-arch tall castle appearing in the capital. I mean, that's gotta be made up, right? There's no way something like that's real.
You've got a real short memory if you think that's bull. The Azure Tree wasn't that long ago, you know.
Point taken.
Yes, this is the office of the Crossbell Times. What? Representative McDowell will be issuing a statement.
Sounds like something big's happening behind the scenes already.
I'll get to gathering some info on what's happening for our international section. Galvard's probably got some good stuff.
Works for me. Gotta use those connections of yours for something, after all.
Well, see you later.
Our independence came and went like bubbles on the water, and now we aren't even a state anymore. We're in for some tough times ahead. No, they always say that the pen is mightier than the sword. I won't let those guys outdo me. Chief, let me handle that story.
That's all we of Heiue can do for you, I'm afraid. The guards have been given a little incentive to stay out of your way. You should face no more obstacles in your operation.
Thanks, Sal.
Think nothing of it. It's my pleasure to play all the cards I can. The place you're aiming for is where all the information in Crossbell gathers, as well as its Achilles heel. What you're doing does us no shortage of favors, I'll have you know.
Well, just this once? I'm happy to hear that.
Do take care, Yin. My apologies. Risha. I've received information that quite a skilled warrior is in Crossbell at the moment.
As have I. Nonetheless, thank you for your warning.
Oh, not at all. I wouldn't want anything happening to a valuable future business partner. I believe that does it for me. I'll be praying for your success.
He's being awfully cooperative, isn't he? Then again, it's not a stretch to think he's only doing it because he's got something up his sleeve.
He's an incredibly shrewd man. Most likely, he's happy to do whatever will shine the most favorable light on him once Crossbell's occupation period is over.
True enough. He wouldn't want to screw up his chance to potentially play mediator between Crossbell and the Republic. I get the feeling he'd get along great with Lecter. He's our ally for now, but there's no guarantee how long that'll last.
Exactly. It's in our best interest to remain wary of him. Still, if working with him helps protect those I care about most, then I'll gladly do so.
Likewise. Tio said to aim for the area up ahead. Crossbell's future rests in our hands, so let's get moving.
Right.
For this chapter alone, you will make your way through a dungeon controlled by controlling police detective Lloyd Bannings and Archon CL performer Risha Mao. Both link text and overdrive are available to them. Hey everybody, welcome back to more Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel 2. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time, a lot happened. I'm just gonna say that. And this time, we are beginning the diversement / side story. First things first, we want to pop back into here.
Oh, it's the Crossbell Times. What's something like this even doing here? You think one of the maintenance staff left it?
I can't think of any other reason it would be here. It's the issue published just after the occupation, too. I doubt anyone would miss it if we took it.
We can grab another book. I believe that might be required for the achievements to collect all the books. I'm not 100% certain. Yes, we have Lloyd Bannings and Risha Mao. They will be linked together. We can check what they have. So, yeah. It's pretty nice there. As for what they have, if we check out their ornaments, Lloyd starts off with Force, and Risha starts off with Murakumo. I do not know what level they're at, though. There's a bunch of default stuff as well. Dragon Vision on Lloyd. Risha has a lot of spells. If we look at their stats, both of them are pretty good physical attackers. They're actually fairly decent mixed, honestly. Lloyd is a little bit more physically inclined than Risha. However, the real thing with Lloyd is his crafts, in particular Burning Heart 2. This will so this is a 5-turn buff that will give you 50% strength, defense, and speed, and it has no delay on it. And I believe it only costs 30 CP. However, if you let it run out, he will immediately go into faint. So you have to be very cautious when using this. Otherwise, he also has Rising Sun. It's an SSS+. It's an S-craft. What do you expect? Raging Spin impedes and does some suction with a higher chance of unbalance, and then Brave Smash is a line with the chance of seal. Risha, her big thing, she has Moonlight Butterflies, which gives her stealth. I'm not the biggest fan of stealth. Speed could be nice, though. She also does then have Falling Moon, chance of faint again in a line. It's pretty much the same thing as Brave Smash. Actually, it might be... Okay, it's a little bit... Oh no, it's faint, not seal. Okay. Chance of faint instead of seal. And then True Dragon Claws also does a suction, attacks twice. True Repair Celine Dance is more powerful. As for this, the big thing with the advertisement is how we do our progression. Because we don't really start off with all too much. We have some good stuff, but I don't believe there are any quartz things in here. So, we will be going through here, and we'll be refining orbments. There are also enemies that can drop, or not refining orbments, refining quartz. There are also some enemies that can drop some very good quartz. We will be coming up on those relatively soon.
Right.
As for Risha and Lloyd, obviously, for what we have seen so far, we don't know them all too well. However, I think okay, they're level 4. I believe I've decided that I'm going to end up doing Zero, which is, these are the protagonists from Trails to Zero. It's Zero, Azure, and technically Akatsuki, but Akatsuki is a spin-off that is not localized in the West as of right now, and it doesn't seem like there are many plans to do exactly that.
All right, we're to go.
Can pop you.
Prepare yourself.
My turn.
I think, anyway, a point I was getting at is that I think my next Trails Let's Play will be Zero. I know I don't want to do Cold Steel 3 for a little while.
Allow me.
Just because, I think Cold Steel 3 starts,
but we aren't safe
slowly starts combining the rest of the stories, from the Legend of Heroes larger franchise. I definitely want to get everything taken care of before Reverie, but still. One thing that I'm personally going to do is get Analyze. And I'm just going to pop that onto Risha. I need to see, Let's Play tells me that I need to see what they're all capable of. While it was mostly cutscenes, we're going to not have cutscenes for quite a while in this. But next time, we'll be really starting off our exploration through the Geofront E Block 1. But until then, see you guys later.